Well, a man is reported dead after being stabbed at a concert in Exposition Park last night. TMZ is reporting the victim was rapper Drakeo the Ruler. It happened around 8:30 last night during the Once Upon a Time in LA music festival being held at the Bank of California Stadium.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest, fool. On 30 Crib, when we first came in, we was there. Certain niggas was there early, so it was cool. Like it wasn't no tension. Like, but YG and them wasn't there because they performed later, fool. So you know what I'm saying? The nigga came in as soon as he came, it went bad basically. Like niggas know what they was doing, bro. It was a whole setup. We got, bro. It was a setup, bro. My mama, the whole shit was a setup. YG can't perform in LA no more, bro. I don't give a who feel about what or anything. I don't care, bro.
Drakeo the Ruler is one of the most popular rappers to come out of LA today. He's had music with some of the biggest names in the game, such as Drake, RJ, Don Toliver, O3 Greedo, OGZ, Rich the Kid, amongst many others. Today we've received the unfortunate news of the tragic death of the up-and-coming LA rapper, Drakeo the Ruler, where he was killed at a concert he was set to perform at. Let us break it down for you, but first, make sure to subscribe to the channel, as we'll be continuously updating you on the latest situations in the rap game. So, shall we start with what happened? This is still a very recent story, so there will be some details missing, but we'll give you all we can. This happened in Los Angeles at the Once Upon a Time Festival concert, an all-day event that was being headlined by none other than Snoop Dogg. Along with him was Drakeo the Ruler and about a dozen other people who were going to perform for the large crowd that was there. He was backstage at around 8:30 p.m. when a fight broke out, and during the altercation, he got stabbed in the neck, and that led to his death. He was able to be transferred to a hospital, but at that point he was in critical condition, and multiple sources noted that he was indeed dead from his injuries. He died at the age of just 28 years old. As if that wasn't gruesome enough, there were multiple videos released online that showed Drakeo on the ground and bleeding after the attack. We can't show you guys the actual footage as it's too explicit, but it's out there. Because of all that going down, the concert was shut down, and so Snoop Dogg as well as other artists like 50 Cent didn't perform. In fact, Snoop Dogg was informed of what happened to Drakeo while he was preparing, and Snoop immediately left the event. Not hard to see why. The LAPD were brought in to help contain everything and to make sure that the crime scene wasn't disturbed, nor that other people were hurt in the incident. Needless to say, many, including us here making the video, were surprised by this incident, and it doesn't seem real that something so violent can happen at a concert like this. And when it came to the reactions of rappers, they shared that same feeling. In terms of responses, it's only fair to start out with Snoop Dogg. After all, it was his gig where Drakeo's life was taken. Sure enough, he went and made a post on Instagram and Twitter for all to see. "I'm saddened by the events that took place last night at the Once Upon a Time in LA festival," he continued. "My condolences go out to the family and loved ones of Drakeo the Ruler. I'm not with anything negative, and as one of my performers, I was there to spread positive vibes only to my city of LA." Snoop went on to explain how he found out about Drakeo's fatal stabbing, writing, "Last night I was in my dressing room when I was informed about the incident and chose to immediately leave the festival grounds. My prayers go out to everyone affected by the tragedy. Please take care, love one another, and stay safe, y'all. I'm praying for peace in hip-hop." It's honestly a bit sad that he had to say that, specifically that line about praying for peace in hip-hop, because shouldn't that be something that is natural? Sure, there are plenty of beefs throughout music history, but the violent side of it rears its head more in hip-hop and rap more than any other genre combined. When you can't even perform at a concert without fear of getting hurt, is that the kind of profession you really want to be a part of? Joey Fats is another who had something significant to say on that matter. "Drakeo was killed while working, was there for a performance. All these get out of the street tweets, leave your city tweets, shut the up. No reason why a knife should be able to be snuck into a music festival, especially since the Travis Scott, RIP Drakeo, hope his fam sue." A very poignant thing to say, and we'll talk about the Travis Scott stuff in a bit, because there are more reactions to get to, including from the one and only Drake. "Nah man, that isn't right, for real, WTF are we doing? Always picked up my spirit with your energy. RIP Drakeo." Jim Jones added, "RIP to this brother Drakeo, this is sad. To all the rappers, I urge you to protect yourself. Start to move tactical. Preservation of life is everything. They do not value our lives anymore. We are targeted. They know who we are because of our fame, but we don't know who they are because of our fame. I pray every day I make it home to my family because it's that serious out here for us. Feels like we lost a rapper every week this year. There was a time when we were protected in the community. We were treated as superheroes. Not no more. Stay safe and stay dangerous. I pray I never have to make a decision. Say your prayers and move sturdy. Rappers have the most dangerous job in the world. I stand on my statement." Think about what Jim Jones is saying, that it feels like they've lost a rapper every week. Truth be told, they haven't, obviously, but there have been a lot of major rapper deaths in the last few years, many of them by violent means like with King Von, Young Dolph, Pop Smoke, and Nipsey Hussle. More on him in a bit as well. And now we can add Drakeo the Ruler to that list, and at a concert no less. But as one rapper already pointed out, how is it even possible improbable that something like this happened at a concert. Here's the thing, a little over a month ago, a major incident happened that many people, including the world of rap, are still recovering from. In that event, headed up by rapper Travis Scott, Drake was also a key part of the show. There was an incident in the crowd that led to a riot going down as the fans rushed the stage and weren't afraid to go and not only knock people over, but trample them. There were also reports of people being injected with something, but it hasn't been made clear with what, though apparently one security guard was knocked unconscious by it. The death toll was 10, and hundreds more were injured. Key among this, though, was that the rappers, mainly Travis Scott as he was doing his run while the riot in the crowd was going on, didn't stop the concert to try and help the people. Instead, they kept playing, and more people got injured and killed as a result. What does this have to do with the death of Drakeo the Ruler? Well, it's as Joey Fat said. The fact that someone was able to get into a concert with a knife to kill Drakeo after what happened at Astroworld is downright criminal. In this case, it's about the aftermath of Astroworld as a whole. You see, after both the venue and security, among others, failed to stop the concert until many people were hurt, a series of lawsuits were put against them. Even Travis Scott and Drake were sued. And because of the loss of life, many felt that overhauls at concerts were going to be done due to the fact that apparently it was really easy to cause a panic or something that could hurt people at a concert. And yet, just over a month later, someone was able to bring a knife to a concert, then get to the backstage area and then kill Drakeo the Ruler. Does that sound like sharpened security? Now, could the blame fall to Snoop like Astroworld's issues fell onto Travis Scott? In this case, no, because Travis Scott was on stage and was in clear view of the crowd when it was rioting and did nothing. Snoop was backstage, and when he found out about the death of Drakeo, he left and the show ended, once all the key facts were found and put out to the proper people. In short, they were a lot more respectful than what Astroworld did. However, they clearly didn't learn all the possible lessons from the event, as someone still died on their watch. The sad part in regards to the LA rap scene is that now, in the course of a few years, two of their biggest names died on their own home soil. Drakeo was one and Nipsey Hussle was the other. Nipsey Hussle was by far and large one of the most beloved people in the rap game, and for all the right reasons. He was someone who didn't just want to make music, but go help others in the rap game who had earned his respect, Drakeo the Ruler being one of them. When Drakeo was having law troubles and was stuck in jail and unable to pay his bail, it was Nipsey Hussle that reached out and offered to pay his bail so he could get out. That's a massive gesture, and not one that should be so easily dismissed. And yet, despite everything he had done for both the rap community and the LA community, Nipsey was shot down in the street. While the shooter was eventually caught, that doesn't fill the void that he left upon his passing. Fast forward to now, and the man he was trying to help is gone too, and we can't help but wonder what will happen next. What's more, who will be held responsible for all that's been going down? As of right now, there hasn't been anyone arrested for the death of Drakeo the Ruler. Even with some of the video out there hasn't been an arrest. However, there are those who claim to know what is going on, such as a Stink team member who's laying the blame squarely at the feet of YG and his crew. He went on to Instagram and made clear his feelings on the position, stating that not only did they do it, but they're not going to be allowed to perform in LA anymore as a result of what they've done. While this is an interesting development, and to be clear, Drakeo the Ruler has gotten into many feuds with rappers in certain groups, it's hard to know if this is a real thing or just someone trying to figure out what went on. If YG is responsible, you can bet that there will be a form of payback by those in LA who were loyal to Drakeo. But if not, then that just leaves the question of who did this wide open. The true tragedy of Drakeo the Ruler is the same as the tragedy of all the other main rapper deaths that we've had in 2021, 2020, 2019, 2018, and so on. Mainly in that these were young people who lost their lives in the most tragic of ways, and in places that they shouldn't have lost them. X got jumped while in his own car. Pop Smoke was killed in a robbery gone wrong at his own house. Young Dolph died while getting cookies. Nipsey Hussle was shot in broad daylight while in the streets. And now Drakeo the Ruler was killed at a concert he was supposed to perform at. These artists just keep dying, and until something happens, that won't change. And there you go, everyone. A look at the death and life of Drakeo the Ruler, and how his death is a haunting reminder of the danger that many are in right now. Are you shocked to learn of his death? Do you hope that there's closure brought to his friends and family soon? Between this and Astroworld, do you think that things are going to change at concerts very soon? Let us know what you think in the comments.